Where are the Celtic team from the 2003 UEFA Cup final? Reb Douglas. Incredibly, Reb Douglas is still playing football. You would have thought he'd hung up his boots and taken up some gardening or taken to criticising his colleagues in the media, whatever it is retired players do. But no, he'll be 45 years old this month, and yet he's still playing for Arbroath in the Scottish League 2. It hasn't been a great 2017 for the former goalkeeper. He was declared bankrupt in January. Didier Agathe spent 6 impressive years at Celtic before moving to Aston Villa. You'll probably have forgotten that ever happened. Indeed, Aston Villa fans would probably need to be reminded. It took just 5 appearances before everybody realised he wasn't good enough, and he was promptly shipped off to France at the earliest opportunity. He's currently keeping busy by running a football academy in a French commune off the coast of Madagascar. Youssouf El Haran. If you aren't a Celtic fan, there's a good chance you won't have a clue who or what Youssouf El Haran was. He might sound like something out of Westeros, but the former centre-back spent 5 years in Glasgow and made over 100 appearances. He left for Club Brugge in 2005 before retiring in 2010 at FC Yemen. Having already appeared in Stilian Petrov's charity match 4 years ago, El Haran is set to pull on the green and white hoops at the age of 41 next month for Henrik Larsson's charity matchup with Moravcic. Bobo Balde was only in his second season at Celtic when he featured in the UEFA Cup final. He'd spent 6 more seasons in Glasgow, although appearances became a lot more limited when better defenders began to be signed. He won 5 league titles and 5 domestic cups for the club. Like Douglas, he was also declared bankrupt in 2009. Did they not have financial consultants at the club or something? Yoann Mjällby was a fine servant for Celtic, winning 3 league titles in his 6 years at the club. He left for Levante in 2004, linking up with Ian Hart, before retiring in 2006. Moving into coaching in 2010, he has spent the majority of the last 7 years living in the pocket of Neil Lennon. Working as assistant to his former teammate at Celtic, Mjällby followed his former teammate to Bolton in 2014. It did not go well. He is now head coach of Swedish Division 1 side Västerås SK. Alan Thompson, an influential figure under Martin O'Neill, he wasn't Gordon Strachan's cup of tea, and the Geordie was banished to Leeds United in 2007. Can't imagine it was much fun, considering Celtic were playing AC Milan and Barcelona while Thompson was travelling to Tranmere and Port Vale. He's since carved out a coaching career, taking in spells at Newcastle, Celtic, Birmingham, Blackpool and Bury. Paul Lambert. Where isn't Paul Lambert, more to the point? The man has spent the last 10 years getting hired and fired at the click of a finger. A Champions League winner with Borussia Dortmund, he captained Celtic in Seville before beginning his management career at Livingston. He's most known for taking the Norwich job 1 week after masterminding a 7-1 win against them, destroying Darren Bent's career, and playing Alan Hutton with a straight face. He's currently at Wolves. Neil Lennon. Having won 5 league titles at Celtic Park as a player, Neil Lennon followed it up with 2 more as a manager. Oh, and he beat Barcelona along the way, don't you know? After 4 years in the Glasgow hot seat, he seemingly got bored of daily threats and tried his luck down south with Bolton. With the club heading towards League 1, Lennon left the club just over a year ago and has ended up back in Scotland with Hibernian. Stilian Petrov left Celtic for Aston Villa in 2006 after Martin O'Neill swooped for his former midfield dynamo. Unlike many who leave Scotland for bigger things, he was a roaring success in England and was only curtailed by the announcement in 2012 that he'd been diagnosed with acute leukemia at the age of 32. Although Petrov's leukemia is in remission, he retired in 2013. He has since spent time as part of the Villa coaching staff. Chris Sutton was declared, yes, you guessed it, bankrupt in 2014. Lads, this is just getting silly now. The former English striker was stung in a multi-million-pound fraud scandal which rocked him financially. His playing career post-Celtic didn't really amount to much. He succeeded in pissing a lot of Birmingham folk off by playing for both city rivals over the space of a year before retiring. He now works in the media, where he can often be heard arguing with everybody and anything about pretty much nothing. Henrik Larsson, possibly the greatest player to grace the pitch in that UEFA Cup final, the legendary Henrik Larsson will go on to win 2 La Ligas and a Champions League with Barcelona, thanks to his 2 assists, before making a few cameo appearances for Man United in the twilight of his career. He's currently after resigning from Helsingborg after relegating his hometown club, with both he and his son Jordan getting attacked. Sad way to treat such a legend of the country. And Jordan too, I suppose. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe.